Hello friends, welcome to the introductory session for the subject data analytics. The volume of data that one has to deal has exploded to unimaginable levels in the past decade, and at the same time the price of data storage has systematically reduced. The companies and research institutes capture this large amount of data about the user's interaction, business, social media, and from the sensors of the devices like mobile phones and automobiles. The next challenge of this is to make sense of this sea of data. This is where data analytics comes into picture. This largely involves collecting data from various sources and manage it in a way that it becomes available to be consumed by the analysts and finally deliver data products useful to the organization business. The process of converting large amount of unstructured raw data retrieved from various sources to a data product useful for organizations form the core of data analytics. Yes, we can keep speaking like this for hours, but makes no sense unless it is explained with supporting example. So it would be better if we start with an example. In this example, let us assume that you want to make some purchases for your personal use. If the number of items you want to purchase is small, then you just can keep that in mind, go to the shop and make the necessary purchases. Not a big issue, right? That's simple. Okay, now let us assume that you need more number of items. So now the items can't be just memorized. Hence, a list is to be prepared before going to the shop. Once the list is ready, then go to the shop, get all the items you want, and finish the purchase. That's still a simple task. Okay, then let us assume that you are going to market and you think the other members of your family also may need some items. To avoid multiple travels, either by you or by all your family members, it would be better to ask all the members of the family what they want. All the family members can discuss together and then a list is prepared aggregating all the requirements of all the members and at the same time keeping in mind the current stock of these items available at home. The final shopping list is prepared before leaving to the market. This list will contain the items along with the number to be purchased. This list also ensures to avoid repetitions of the items. Then go to the market with this list and purchase all the items needed. Yes, this experience can be made a bit funny by making all the family members to participate in this purchase activity. As long as the purchase is done for a family on a daily basis or a weekly or monthly basis, this process can be conveniently carried out. Now extend the process to purchasing the stock for a big store. In this case, a list of lists is required to run the business more efficiently. The list may be prepared day wise, item wise, their quantity, from where these items to be purchased, and how to. But the big question is how to decide all these. An optimal solution has to be found out. The solution should be well balanced between the constraints of the space and finance on one side and the total sales and net profit on the other side. Keeping these two in mind, this must make sure to order the items with appropriate quantities so that neither the item remains unsold nor the customer who wants to purchase the item gets a no response. The forthcoming events like festivals in the near future also plays an important role in deciding. The optimality can be maintained by deciding from where each item to be purchased, keeping the price and the quality in mind. It also must be decided how to procure these items from the selected place. This may include the mode of ordering, like by telephone, manually, or by online. Must also consider the best logistics to be used. The issues to consider in this case are the best mode of transportation to the store, the route, the timings, and so on. To make this more effective, members of all the teams must be consulted while preparing these lists. The requirements from each is collected and summarized. The summary thus obtained will be the list of items to be procured for the day. Once the list is ready, then survey the market. This survey must look at various sources from where the information can be obtained. It can be a direct contact, can be online search, or even social media can come to our aid. This survey gives information regarding the quality and rates of these items from different sources. Once the survey is complete, we have full detail as to where each item can be procured from, assuring better quality and the best price. Now it is time to plan a strategy to procure all these items in time at the best price and best quality. This needs a lot of research. All the data collected in the previous steps must be properly analyzed. The process of analysis must consider for each item the best place to procure from, the best time to procure, best logistics to use. Each item may be available from many sources. The best quality and the logistics involved vary from source to source. This is the work of purchase department to ensure the efficient procurement. To summarize, there are thousands of items. Each item may be available at tens of places and many modes of transportations may be available. This makes the job of purchase manager too laborious as finding the optimum solution is like searching the needle in a haystack. This is not a one time activity. This process has to be carried out every day, and hence, a real time solution is needed that can be made available within minutes. It is almost impossible to work out manually. Apart from the cost, quality, and logistics, we need to look at the future market while deciding this list. Before deciding the quantity of each item to be procured, we should be able to predict the future market of each item and its shelf life. This calls for even more complicated analysis. After completing all these complicated activities optimally, the final list will be ready for actions. Now the purchase department will direct these orders to the appropriate vendors. This whole process is done at the end of every day. The volume of work and the velocity with which this work has to be carried out would go hand in hand. It needs some intelligent assistant to take care. Data analytics can provide tools in this regard. The digital system being used at the checkout counters will be of very much help. It keeps track of each item being sold and hence the stock gets updated automatically. The sales data hence collected will be of great use in this process. Data analytics is a process of collecting data from various sources, ensure the format and correctness of the data, then analyze this data to look for the required information and build a model that can be helpful to predict the future and prescribe the future action so as to obtain the required results and be successful in the business. This is the contents of the subject data analytics with the code CS513PE. It's a professional elective. Your selection of this elective itself is a proof that you are in a mood to make your career in data analytics. The overview of the subject is in Unit 1, we look at data management. Then, second unit, let us inquire the various tools for the purpose. In the third unit, it is time to build the mathematical model using regression techniques. Later in the fourth unit, we see how unlabeled data is clustered considering their properties by segmentation techniques. The data with the timestamps need to be assessed in the same order, which calls for specialized tools called the time series methods. And finally, in the fifth unit, the data visualization techniques are studied. These will help us to present our analysis reports more attractive way. Convincing our point of view becomes very easy to our client. In the first unit, we study the topics related to managing the data for analytics. It includes design of data architecture and manage the data for analysis, understand various sources of data like sensors, signals, GPS, etc. Then data management, then look at the data quality may be corrupted by noise, outliers, maybe having some missing values or duplicate data and it needs some data processing. The second unit clarifies the basic doubts about the subject. It tours us into the world of data analytics. It details various tools available for analysis under different environments. Then let us to various applications of modeling in business. For efficient working, appropriate data types and databases are essential. The predictive and prescriptive analysis need proper modeling of the data. The data is not always available in the complete form. Some ways are needed to rectify these shortcomings. The third unit allows us to start our analytical activities. Here, a mathematical model is defined for the huge data set available, which is labeled. Here, the data contains both independent variables and the dependent variables. The independent variables somehow control the values of the dependent variables, which is unknown. The process of regression attempts to identify the relationship between the independent and dependent variables. It deals differently when the dependent variables is continuous from the ones when it is discrete. Many forms of regression techniques like linear and nonlinear are available when the outcome is continuous. Logistic regression is the case when outcome is discrete. Regression models defined in previous unit is a supervised learning method wherein machine is able to learn from the data. This unit provides us tools for unsupervised learning that helps in clustering the data on some grounds when the data are not labeled. Here, various techniques of segmenting the data into clusters is studied in detail. The data with timestamps are to be studied in the same order at different periods of time to get complete insight of the data, which can be helpful in predicting the future and hence suggesting any prescriptions to achieve the goals successfully. And finally, the whole efforts give the needed results only when they are presented in a good form. The last unit deals with such visualization tools to make the whole process convincing the clients your viewpoint more clearly. Here we check different ways to deal. The same is more appealing when we present it in the pictorial form. This is a way of presenting the data pixel wise. This is a way of presenting the data using the geometric projection visualization. This one is icon based, and this one is a hierarchical representation of the data. So, dear friends, that's a brief introduction through an example to data analytics. Welcome to this world of data analytics. In the coming future, let us see in detail all the aspects involved in data analytics, from collecting the data, analyzing the data, creating the model to predict the future, and if in case the future predicted doesn't match with what we want, then the model should prescribe the actions to be taken so as to achieve all our goals. Welcome to Data Analytics. Let us enjoy playing with the data. Thank you.